What is up, guys? It's Brandon here. So today's video is going to be about making money with social media pages. So for example, Instagram and Facebook. And this video idea came to me today because a good friend of mine asked me about well, you guys may or may not know, but I actually have a page called Cigar Gallery on Facebook and Instagram. I think it has about 20,000 followers on Instagram and then a few thousand on Facebook. So anyway, he asked me some tips and tricks to grow a theme page or a niche page. So if we go to Cigar Gallery's Instagram page, you can see right there, okay, about 18,700 followers. And as you can see, they're just pictures, high quality photos of cigars, and then me, shouting out different brands and different products, and just really trying to produce high quality content for the cigar community. And we'll click right here. You'll see, 862 likes. There's some comments on there as well. We can see video views as well. So it's just me talking about cigars and posting content that I really think that my followers would like. So this brings me into my first tip or trick to growing a successful niche Instagram page, and that is just finding something that you're really passionate about. And the reason why I say this is because, again, you're gonna have to be posting all the time. You're gonna be having to interact with the page, interact with the people who follow you in the comments or the DMs. So you need to have a passion for what you're posting about and what you're talking about. And if you don't have a passion for it, it's kind of just can be seen as a chore, and you're less likely to succeed with it because of that. So that kind of leads me into my next point. Finding something you're passionate about leads me to my next point of, in the beginning, I would say the first 2-3 months, you need to be posting at least 4 times a week. And now that doesn't seem like a lot, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people, get bored after a while, or they only post once a week or twice a week. But at the minimum, you should be posting 4 times a week, if not, every day or a couple times a day in the beginning, just to get that that engagement up and that user base really intrigued and interested in what you're posting about. So there's a couple tips and tricks that I use when growing Cigar Gallery, and one of those is utilizing hashtags. Now, hashtags are how people view your content that may not follow you yet. They look up a certain hashtag, and then they can find your post and then go onto your page. And of course, if they like what they see, they can go ahead and like your photo and even follow you, which is the main goal of hashtags, is letting people find content that they're actually looking for. Now, there's 2 different types of hashtags that I recommend trying to rank for. And the first one is going to be small hashtags. So for example, I was doing Cigar Gallery, so it's centered around cigars. And so a small hashtag might be something that only has a certain amount a little amount of hashtags, so it's easier to rank on Instagram in the algorithm. So for example, cigar would be a massive hashtag, so that would be a big hashtag that many people use. So it'd be very, very hard to rank for that. So I suggest doing small hashtags, like maybe something niche, like a certain brand of cigar that isn't too popular yet. That could be something that maybe only has a couple hundred hashtags on Instagram, all the way up to something really broad like cigar that may have hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of tags on Instagram. So really being able to utilize both small and large hashtags will really help you kind of get a cohesive posting experience, and so people can find you. Okay, so once you've gotten your hashtags down, it's really, really important to start collaborating with other users in your space. So whether they be, someone who has as many followers as you, all the way up to people who have, many thousands more followers than you, if they will collaborate with you. And this is big because, again, you're going at it from a point or from a perspective of like, hey, I'm looking to get bigger. I'm sure you're looking to grow your page as well. I can shout your page out, and I think my followers will really find your content interesting, and I would really appreciate it, if you could post my content on your page and just tag me so your users can see me and my users can see you. And again, you want to start out with people who are at the same level as you in terms of follower count and kind of engagement, because the bigger players really won't respond because again, they have nothing to gain. So finding people who are near you in terms of audience size and trying to collaborate with them is going to be big in growing your following. So when I showed you Cigar Gallery and I clicked on a few of the images, you could see that they were very high resolution images. And again, Instagram is all about really the images and a little bit about the captions, but mainly eye-catching images that make people want to click on your post, read your caption and engage with your content. So utilizing very, very clear, high resolution images that people can even kind of like zoom in on your picture and it not be really grainy is very, very key, because again, who likes looking at blurry pictures? I know I don't, and chances are people who are thinking about following you probably don't like grainy, blurry pictures either. So definitely making sure that your images are high resolution and very, I would say, aesthetic and pretty to the eye is very, very key when trying to grow an Instagram page. And Instagram isn't all just about pictures. Obviously, you can do captions, so that leads me into my next tip is really thinking of witty captions that can kind of make people chuckle, or something that's kind of an informative caption that can educate someone on the image above. And so really making sure that you get these right is key for just user engagement. And if you're looking to get maximum engagement, I really suggest trying to ask a question in your description. So for example, if I was posting something about a certain brand of cigar or cigars in general, I would say something like, this is an Alec Bradley so-and-so cigar. What is your favorite wrapper on this specific cigar, or something along the lines of that, to where I can actually ask a question. It's not just a one-way conversation. Now I'm bringing my audience in, and that's going to help my engagement, which is then going to help my visibility, which is then going to help me get more followers, which is the key here. Okay, so once you've followed those steps, it's time to really engage with your audience. So hopefully after you follow those steps, you're starting to get likes and you're starting to get comments and you're starting to get DMs. So that leads me into my next tip, which is really being interactive and engaging with people who are commenting on your photos or sending you DMs. So now it's really, really important to grow your user base, and it's really important to engage with them. So if someone comments on your photo and actually answers your question that you asked in the description, it's very important to actually answer them, like their comment, and then answer them fully. So then you can kind of get a thread going. And that goes the same for direct messages or DMs on Instagram. If someone DMs you a question or a comment about something you posted, it's best to get back to them, because then again they feel like there's someone on the other side of the page that they can connect with, and then they're more likely to follow you. So really engaging with your audience and getting back to everyone, especially when you're small, is very key. Because again, when you get big, I would say over 50,000, 100,000 followers, and you're actually getting a decent amount of engagement, and people are actually commenting a lot and DMing you on about different things, it can be hard to get back to everyone. But we're starting from the bottom and growing our page. So again, we might get a couple comments or questions here and there, so it's very easy to respond. So I definitely suggest that you respond to everyone. So checking out the competition is something that you should do, in every aspect of life, and no matter what you're doing, because again, you want to see what other people are doing and what's working for them, so then you can kind of take that and mold it into your own thing. So this is really no different on Instagram when you're trying to grow your social following. So you have your niche, go and kind of try to find the leaders or thought leaders in that niche, and go see what they're posting. Go see the types of images, the video, go see what they're writing for their descriptions and their captions, and go kind of try to feel it out and see if you can take bits and pieces from certain people who are getting a lot of engagement and incorporate that onto your own page. Because again, if it's working for them, it's very likely that it can somewhat work for you. My last tip is really one of the most important, especially when you're starting out, and that's really being consistent. Because most people aren't going to see major, growth and success right away, and that's completely okay. Some of the biggest, Instagram accounts out there started from obviously 0 followers and no engagement. So it's really important to not try to compete with anyone, but really feel it out and kind of go at your own pace, but definitely be consistent. So, that means that if you're a month or 2 in, you only have, 20 followers. So what? Maybe the right people haven't found your content yet, or maybe you need to change something with your content to get more engagement and get that outcome that you're really looking for. So being consistent is one of the biggest tips that I can get, because again, even for my page, I was just posting just, for fun, and I really didn't have any expectations in mind about growing it or monetizing my account. But, I went ahead and was consistent and kept doing it. And then, month by month, I saw my engagement increase, more likes, more comments. And then I saw the followers, just flow in. And then now my account's, as you guys saw, almost at 20,000 followers. So being consistent, that is one of the biggest tips that I can give to starting out and growing your Instagram account. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed my video on tips and tricks to grow your Instagram account. Again, they've worked for me and they've worked for many other people. And this is by no means everything, but this is the basics, kind of a broad overview of really how to get the most out of your account and how to grow the quickest. So again, if you guys have any questions whatsoever on anything that I covered, or even maybe something that I didn't cover, feel free to drop a comment down below and I get back to everyone. Alright guys, well that's about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.